Hi, welcome to the New Wave Cooking Club. I'm Jennifer, the executive chef for New Wave Oven. Today we're going to do a beautiful grilled tuna, and we're going to throw together a compound butter. Compound butters are wonderful. You can make them up, put them in the freezer, in the refrigerator. We're going to put this on the tuna, and when the tuna is hot, you can use it on chicken, you can use it on salmon, any other shrimp, anything beautiful. It's good to have to dip in your bread in. Okay, so let's talk about tuna. This is frozen tuna. It comes like this. Now, in your grocery store in the fish department, you'll find it already taken out of this and placed on ice. Ask the fisher guy if you can please have it go back in their freezer and have it like this. This is cryovac. Unfortunately, I would say 90% of tuna comes in frozen from either from the Pacific, or this one's from Indonesia. So if you think you're buying fresh tuna that's never been thawed, you're probably already been frozen and then thawed. Okay, so all we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of olive oil. No salt. Salt dries, takes moisture out, so never put salt, even on your meats. We're just going to place it on the 4-inch rack. We're going to cook it on power level high. We're going to do 7 to 9 minutes each side because it's frozen. That's the beautiful thing about the New Wave. If you forget to take something out, you can throw something on and know that you're feeding your family something really great. These happen to have 25 grams of protein per serving. Really, really great way to get protein in. Okay, so we're going to give it, I'm going to give it 7 minutes because I personally like mine a little medium rare. If you like it well done, cook it the whole 9 minutes. Then we're going to flip it. If you don't have time to flip it, or you want to go the full 18 minutes or the full 14 minutes, just go ahead and do that. It will cook on each side. Okay, so touch and go, it's easy as that. Cook time, 7 minutes, start. Okay, now we're going to talk about compound butter. These are some of my favorite ways to infuse flavor into foods. And when I find butter on sale, I have a whole freezer of it. My husband's like, what are we doing with all the butter? And then when he eats it, he understands. Okay, so we're going to take our twister blender. We're going to take the chopper mechanism. We're going to add the garlic, a big hand of cilantro. I love these flavors. We're going to add, the recipe calls for coriander seed. If you don't have that, if you have the coriander seed, then you have to break it all up, which is fine. You get a really nice flavor. But if you have cumin, it's the same thing. It's what happens when you grind it up. So a couple nice pinches of that. Sea salt. I love sea salt, especially when I am working with fish. And it just has a nice, refined, not a fishy taste, but I can't describe it. It's a little bit different than kosher salt. Okay. Then I'm going to use chili powder. If you like spice, go ahead and add red pepper. But to this, I'm just going to do the chili pepper. The chili powder, because I don't want to mask the flavor of the tuna. Tuna is just so good if it's done right. Okay, let's talk about lemon zest a little bit. I've already done that ahead of time for you, so we'll stick that in there. But basically, you get a zester, and at a 45-degree angle, you just run your knife down. And it takes a little bit. This is a good project for the kids. And you just run it and push it down there, okay? And then save this for juice. All right, so we're going to put that on, and we're just going to pulse it. You don't want to leave, if you have a twister, you don't want to leave it going for longer than 20, 30 seconds. You want to pulse it. Perfect. Now we're gonna go all the way down. Make sure you get everything onto your blade. Perfect, perfect. Remember when we're using coriander, we want to take the stems off. That's the bitter part of the herb. Okay, now we're gonna switch over to our blending blade. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add, about 1/4 of a pound of butter that has been sitting out. This, I use unsalted butter. If you use salted butter, please, please leave the sea salt out because it will be entirely too salty. You will then ruin your butter. Okay, place that under. So we're gonna add some olive oil, a 4 count, 1, 2, 4. I'm gonna put the top on. There we go. We're gonna give it a nice, there we go. You wanna pulse it. Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna show you, let me just flip the tuna. Show you how to roll it in a minute. Flip it, and I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more olive oil on this side. And we're going to give it cook time, 7 minutes. Start. All right, now let me clear all this up and I'll show you how I wrap my compound butter. Okay, I take parchment paper, you can take wax paper, kind of make it so it doesn't fold all over on you. And you're going to put the butter, just lay it out. We're going to form a cylinder shape. Perfect. Then just kind of mash it all in. Okay, now what you want to do, take this side and fold it over to this side. Pushing, do you see this? Pushing the butter. See how we're getting a nice long cylinder? Then we're just going to roll it. Roll it. And just like a little package. Oops, we're coming out on that end. Just like a little package, roll it up. Then what I do is I mark what it is. This is a cilantro lime butter. And we've got about 5 minutes left on the tuna. I'm gonna go finish wrapping this, sticking it in their freezer so it gets nice and hard. And then we'll cut it and I'll show you how we serve it with the tuna. So I'll be right back. Okay, our tuna is done. Our butter has been formed. This was just in the refrigerator. If you want it to be really nice and hard, just put it in overnight or for a couple hours in the freezer. So we're just gonna plate it up. Take our nice tuna. Now I have put a little bit of cilantro on the bottom. Garnish, the story behind garnishes is you always garnish with what is in the butter, and since cilantro and cumin is one of the main things, that's what we put. So we just take a nice piece of it, just smash it on there and let it melt. See how, do you see how it's already melting? Yum, yum. Okay, this goes back in the refrigerator. This is great on chicken also. So there you have it. Basically in 14 minutes, we've got a perfectly wonderful meal. 25 grams of protein, perfect, 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 from frozen to fresh. Love it. Well, until next time, have a great day.